Okay. Okay. This is Jennifer Bergeson with take 2 of showing you how to do family history in 3 minutes on your phone. A special thanks to Blake for showing, he didn't show me how to do it. He just did it for me and said, come over here and record this. So anyway, I just think this is really cool. And some of you that I've talked to, before I go up here to Family Tree's at the top. If you look at the bottom, you'll see this app called Take a Name. What that does is it goes through and finds any names in your lines that are already ready for temple work. However, some of you that have lots of temple work done already, if you use that, may not find very many names. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to use Family Tree and help you find some names really quickly that are not in Take a Name. But remember I told you this was going to take 3 minutes. So what I'm going to show you is just basically how to do it, and then you get to play around with it and try and see what you can do. You can always text me with questions. I'd be happy to help you. Or if you live close to me, it's actually my calling in the ward now, family history consultant. So you can come, or you can call me and I can come over and show you how to do this and help you if you get to any roadblocks. Because in my first recording of this, we hit a roadblock and I was like, I don't know what to do now. But of course, after I stopped the movie, I figured it out. I should have kept it going, but anyway, we're going to try this again. Okay, here we go. My counter says 2:20, so I'm going to take 3 minutes and show you how to do family history on your phone. So the first thing you need to do is download the Family Tree app. You go to the App Store, which looks like this. Where is my App Store? Okay, this doesn't count as part of my 3 minutes because I do not know where my App Store is. Right in here. That's blue App Store. You go in there and you search for, you hit this search button right here at the bottom and you type in Family Tree, not Family Tree, search. And that's what it looks like. Family search -tree. It's free. You click open. Look, mine's already there. So let's pretend mine isn't already there. And I'm opening my app on my phone. So I open my app and up pops my pedigree chart. So here I am. I need to put in a picture of myself. Here are my parents. Don't they look good? And here are my grandparents on my dad's side. I'm going to go ahead and do my dad's side because he was baptized when he was 64 years old. Super exciting in my life. And anyway, I've been working on his line for a while, but there's still some work that needs to be done. So I'm going to go back here, all the way back to the 1700s. You could go to the 1800s or whenever, wherever your line is. And I'm going to click on one of my ancestors and up pops what you will see in, if you're using the computer in Family Search. But this is just a little condensed version. It's awesome. And you'll see these 3 black dots. And you push those 3 black dots and then you hit this menu option that says Descendants with Tasks. And so what it did is it pulled up it went down 3 generations, because you see at the top it says 3 generations, and it pulled up all my ancestors that have things that need to be done. A green circle means, according to the information that's in Family Search, this ancestor is ready for temple work. So Elias J. Willis, he has a green circle. That means he's ready to go. What I do, though, is I go in and check and make sure there are at least 2 correct sources in there for him before I clear his name for temple work. If you look down from Elias, you'll see Daniel W. I'm assuming that's Robinson. I don't really know. because I haven't clicked on it, you'll see an orange circle and a blue circle. Now, what the orange circle tells me is there's still some more information that needs to be added to him, or there's a problem. And a lot of the times, if you add information, the information that's missing, you'll get a green circle. And so there's a name that you can do. I'm going to go down here to John Edward Willis and click him and show you what it looks like to attach a record. And when you attach a record, that's a lot of times when you find information that's not in Family Search. So what I do when I do family history is I go back here just like I showed you. I click on here, I click on Descendants with Tasks, and then I just click on each one of these names and I do whatever needs to be done. So that's how I do family history work in 3 minutes. And it's pretty self-explanatory. If you have to do more research, that gets a little more complicated, but that's still pretty easy. I keep my iPad to my side and I open Ancestry.com. The church has purchased a subscription to Ancestry.com for every member. You just need your membership ID number and it will give you a free account if you go to Ancestry. Or actually, you'll have to call Salt Lake. I take that back, and have them help you get that set up. So let me just show you really quickly. That ends the 3 minutes, by the way. Let me just show you really quickly now how to do one of these circles. So the blue ones are the easiest ones for me to do because I don't really have to do a whole lot of research in order to attach a record. So let's look at John Edward Willis. I'm going to click on this blue dot here. Looks like there's a United States Census for 1910. Let's look and see if that information is oh wow, this could be cool. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit distracted because there's more information on this census that might not be in my record. So if you scroll down, you'll see this little button that says Review. I click Review, and it's going to pull up a screen where the screen's divided in half. What's on the right-hand side is what is already in family history, what the church has, and what's on the left is what's in the record. So you see this little plus right here. All I do is hit it. Come on, little plus. I hit it, and it moves it over and adds that information to the record. And then I click this blue word Attach. So it looks like they already have a bunch of kids. So here's some information about Edward. I'm going to attach that. Let's see if his information matches. Yes, still living in Virginia, so I'm going to add that. Hit Attach. So now here are two kids down here at the bottom that I might be able to attach to the record. They are people on the 1910 census. So what I would do, and I'm not going to do it right now because this video is almost 10 minutes long, is I would go into these people and check their, like I'm going to check Oscar to Oscar Wills up here. See how the bottom says Oscar M. Weth and Oscar Wills, and see if that's the same person, but it probably isn't because of 1893. But what I can do is up here, you'll see these two blue words, which are links. One, if you click on it, it'll go to the record, and it lists John E. Wills as he's widowed. And it lists Edward Champagne and Annie Champagne. I don't know if he's living with them at the time or what, so I need to do some more research about that. And maybe I might need to change that because that Edward Champagne may not be the same. Whoops, your screen went blank. There we go. It might not be the same person, so I'm going to need to do a little bit more research. Anyway, that's how you do family. Oh, and I was going to show you, if you click on this blue word, it'll bring up the actual picture of the census, which is super duper cool. This is taken in 1910. And so you can make it bigger. Look at that. Everybody's living in Virginia, born in Virginia. Place of birth of the father, place of birth of the mother. Dang, I've never seen that before. Everybody's from Virginia. Oh no, here's a Texas. Anyway, so you can check out all the information here, because a lot of times the way that they get this record that's here is from extraction from the original record, and so sometimes the information isn't the same, and so sometimes I double check that just to make sure. So anyway, that's kind of how the short version of how you do family history on your phone. Once I add that, then boom, it disappears. But if you go over here to sources, there it is at the top. That I added him as a source. And this guy has lots of sources, so that's good. I always, before I do someone's temple work, I want to make sure that the person has at least, oh cool, somebody just reserved this on the 10th of February. Sorry, I digress. I get too into what I'm doing, and then I get distracted. I always make sure that the names in family search have at least 2 sources before I do their work. Sometimes you can get away with 1 if it's a census record. I'll take it. Or find a grave index, because it actually shows the picture of the grave sometimes. Find a grave index is another really good source to use. But really, if you sit and play around with this, you will find that it's pretty self-explanatory, and maybe if you're interested and want to know more, I can show you how to do some research using Ancestry.com. So thanks for listening. Hopefully this was helpful.